This podcast is part of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network. Let's build community through connection, conversation, and collaboration. This podcast is sponsored by Lever Consulting, editing with a purpose. Check them out at leverconsulting.com for a free consultation.
I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear.
Hey friends, you're listening to the Cat and V Show. Pour yourself a juicy cup of tea, grab a seat, and get ready for us to dish.
Hi, welcome to the Cat and V Show.
Today's a special day because today we're celebrating Kat's graduation. Woo! Party sounds!
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it kind of doesn't even feel like it because everything was virtual and I just turned in my paper yesterday. And my professor hasn't emailed me back to confirm whether or not he's gotten it yet, so I'm a little nervous, but it's whatever. It's summer break, so maybe he just hasn't checked his email. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I feel better about it. I do feel like I had a redemption purpose.
A redemption purpose.
I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm like, ah! We mentioned this in the How's That Working For You podcast, but it's now 12:35 a.m. because we've been freaking just pedaling away. I mean, it's part of it is because of the fact that I was writing my papers and stuff like that too. So it's all kind of connected. But I definitely finished my capstone, which is awesome. It's about social media and content creation. And I talked a little bit about it on the How's That Working For You, but I think I want to save that for another full episode where I can really expand on it here. You can look forward to it.
Yeah, guys, look forward to it. We haven't scheduled when we're going to do it, so if you want it sooner rather than later, let us know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just such a weird thing for me because it took me 8 to 7, I don't really know for sure, 8 to 7 years to get through a program that took V 3 years. So, I mean, took most people 4 years. And it's I don't know, and I finished on time with this program for once, and it's kind of a whole different sensation. And I feel like the whole time I was finishing my capstone, I was almost sabotaging myself because I kept procrastinating. Because I felt I think that there was just unfinished trauma that I hadn't worked through in terms of just graduating from undergrad. So I kind of just subconsciously kept sabotaging myself and making me feel like I didn't deserve to finish the capstone. It was all weird and bad. I also haven't talked to a therapist in a while, so actually, I was supposed to I had a therapist appointment right before my capstone presentation, and that just for some reason the alarm didn't go off and it was on my calendar, and it just didn't go, and I just missed the freaking appointment. So either way, it was just, this month was not great. It just didn't go well, but I finished.
Yeah, you made it through the other side, and your graduation present is going to Disneyland, right? Or Disney World?
Disney World. And Universal Studio. It's crazy. I talked about in How's That Working For You, one of the recent episodes, that I had manifested my boyfriend, and I believe I manifested this freaking trip because it's a full month. The month of June is going to be at a resort in Florida, but the resort is it's a long-term stay resort, so there's a kitchen inside our room, but there's pools and lots of, I don't know, it's right next to Disney World, so it's a shuttle ride to Disney World, and we're gonna go. We have dates planned for every one of the lands there, and then we also have dates planned for Universal Studios, and I don't know, it's just this fantasy. isn't that like, it's like a dream vacation with the love of my life, and I just never really, I don't know, it's kind of surreal.
That's exciting. That's super exciting.
It's just very surreal, really, because it's like I feel so lucky and fortunate to have this opportunity, because I know a lot of people don't, and I'm just like, I'm trying to tell myself that I deserve it.
Well, you definitely do deserve it. You worked your absolute butt off.
Yeah, and I just have such a caring and compassionate and accommodating boyfriend. He's just been amazing. He helped me through this process too. V and I joke that he took her job. Like,
He did. Oh my gosh.
he just like, I mean, V was the one that really helped me get through the end of undergrad, and then like she helped me get into my master's program because she helped me like organize my time so that I could apply appropriately and stuff like that. And then I met Jordan, my boyfriend, at the end of the first semester of my graduate program, exactly when I needed him, because he was helping me get through one of my final papers.
Perfect timing. Like,
Perfect timing. And he's just like, he has like 3 master's degrees in like writing and communications. So it was perfect. It was just perfect. It just lined up perfectly. And he basically took V's job.
yeah, no, and I'm sure he's doing a much better job than I ever could be, because my editing skills are fourth to everybody's best.
I mean, you did your best, and I appreciated all of it. Like, it's just like, I appreciated all the help I could get. And Jordan just happens to be really built for that. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think I manifested this dude because he was exactly what I needed. And he came at the time I needed him. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that too. And now I've got V on the manifestation train. Like,
We might do a whole episode about just manifestation.
we should. We really should. I should look into some research about that too, just because like I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we can really get into for that.
Well, that and Kat's thesis are both on the pipeline, so make sure that you are following us to get more tea.
Either way, it's just, I'm very happy in my relationship. I'm sorry, I'm gloating. I'm like, I don't know if it's...
No, this whole episode is a tribute to how awesome Kat is, and you should just bask in the glory, because this episode is a celebration.
I don't know. I think it's just like I've been so programmed to not like myself, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird. And it's really hard to step away from that programming because it's just like ingrained in me from such a young, like my formative years, and just for many different reasons that I've talked about. And how's that working for you? So go check that out. I'm just happy. I'm looking forward to June, and then we're gonna go to his best friend's wedding, which is amazing. And I love. I loved your wedding, V. I just love healthy relationships. Like, and I love seeing them blossom. And I think it's just like an amazing thing. And I think it's because for such a long time, I didn't have that. And I kind of thought that I wouldn't ever have it, you know? So whenever I saw or see a happy couple, it's just like, wow, go you guys, because
Enjoy the joy.
Exactly. So I'm just...
Oh, and now that you have that.
I know, and it's kind of surreal, like, the way that I had a lot of anxieties that I expressed, and he just handles it the best way possible. Not always, but I mean, nobody's perfect, and I think that he's as close to perfect for me that I can get in terms of like compatibility, like lifestyle. Like, we have the same goals in life, and like we have the same, come from different backgrounds, but we have the same energy most of the time. And he's so supportive of me, and I'm very supportive of him. So it's just like, I'm not saying that he's perfect for me, but he's definitely very close to, like the best that I feel like, by far the best that I've had thus far, and also the best in terms of just looking forward to the future. It feels good to know that I'll be able to let my hair down and just have fun June. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna also, like, I have a lot of things planned. Or, not planned yet, but I have a lot of things written down that are gonna be in the works for what you guys can look forward to my projects in the future. I've definitely, like, I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth in terms of social media for the last 2 weeks because of my capstone project. But I'm gonna come back with a vengeance.
Come back and slay.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be working on my website and getting my blog up because I've been told that my Instagram captions are a little lengthy, and fair enough. So I'm gonna move my captions to a more long form platform, which will be my blog website. And then I'll also be vlogging because my lovely boyfriend is gonna gift me with a camera that will make my life a lot easier. And I'm just so, I don't know, I'm so grateful for that person. He never listens to this podcast, but
Oh boy, he's gonna be shocked when he does.
Why?
Well, just because of how much you've actually talked about him and hearing the progression of your relationship from season 1 to now has been interesting. The way you talk about him and the way you talk about your relationship is really transformed.
I don't know. Maybe I should go back and listen to those first ones because I don't know. I feel like I've always kind of, or I don't know. I think I've always kind of had this trepidation because I didn't want to admit to myself that he was that good of a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. I hope our listeners do too.
I don't know what I mean. It's just kind of like, because I was so programmed to feel like people don't actually care about me, I guess.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's really sad that I feel that way, but like I feel like love's always kind of been conditional for me. So the fact that my boyfriend currently loves me pretty unconditionally is kind of hard for me to grasp.
I get that.
The concept is hard for me to grasp. Hopefully you guys hear this the right way. I don't want it to come off wrong. It's just, I think it's one of the ways that it's a trauma response. So, and we've talked a little bit about trauma responses on our other podcasts. It's definitely more rooted in mental health. But today's podcast is happiness, so we're gonna move away from that.
It's happy Georgia. What are you most excited about in Disney World?
Oh my gosh. I'm actually more excited about Universal's Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I'm kind of like a Potter nerd now, which I didn't anticipate happening, but I think that I've reached the level of Potter nerd because I actually go on YouTube and search videos about like the lore and like the relationships between the characters and all that stuff. So I think I've reached Potter nerd, but I don't think I've reached Potter nerd to the point where I can that I want to wear the stuff.
Okay. So you don't want to wear the swag, but
I don't know why I don't. Maybe I'll find something I really like at the theme park and then I'll wear it there, or I'll wear it then. But I just when we were walking through Hot Topic today, I was like, nothing really spoke to me.
Get that.
I think that one's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm also looking forward to Magic Kingdom. I think it's just, I don't know, it's just the fantasy of being able to go to the happiest place on earth with the person that I love the most. I don't know, I'm just happy, okay?
Yes, no, and that's exactly how you should feel, and I'm so proud of you for making it through the other side and getting that degree. Consider yourself congratulated.
I just want to, I think I'm going to actually congratulate myself because I don't think I do that enough.
You should. That's a big thing.
Well, I'm congratulating myself. When I first became close friends with V, I've grown so much in that period of time, which was 2 years, I think. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's I went from somebody who was very, very insecure and broken in a really like toxic and abusive relationship, and just kind of like letting myself be treated like garbage. And the first step was like walking away from that, and then going to grad school was my decision. That was actually like one of the deciding factors, where it was just like, this dude 100% probably would have tried to sabotage me going to grad school if he could.
Oh, absolutely. Billy Bob did not like the idea of you being educated.
Yeah, more educated than him. So that was like the thing. And then like after that, it was like me kind of blossoming into like being a grad student. And then I met somebody. I mean, first of all, I met somebody that was terrible, but we don't need to talk about that person because he's not happy vibes. But then I met Jordan, my current boyfriend, and it was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he so nice? What is wrong with you? Like,
obviously something.
well, because don't you remember? I remember like we were in the car with Michael. And I was like, and he sent me a text, and it was like a picture of like this beautiful view of somewhere in San Francisco, and he was like, the view is so beautiful, but not as beautiful as you. And I was like, ugh. I was like, what is this? And I remember saying that to you guys. I was like, I think he's too nice. And I was like, is there a too nice though? Is there a too nice? And I don't really think there is, honestly, because maybe for some people they want somebody who's more rough, but I don't think there's a too nice. As in, I don't think somebody can treat you too good.
Yeah, like, if they're being manipulative, that's one thing, but if they're just genuinely being nice out of the goodness of their heart, that's totally different.
Yeah, like, I think that healthy relationships are almost underrated sometimes, like...
Definitely.
Right? Like, isn't that so weird? Like, there's so many memes about, like, toxic, like, I love toxic men, like, all this stuff, like, and then there's also those memes about men being just garbage and trash, which is, like, fair, because a lot of them are, but at the same time, I believe that like I said, manifesting, I believe that if you have the attitude of all men being garbage, that you're probably gonna attract garbage men into your life. Like, I know that that's like, people are gonna come for me because I'm saying that. But like, I think that if you live with the attitude of like, all right, yeah, men suck, but that doesn't like, but I'm gonna find somebody who's not gonna suck. And, whoever that is, whoever that may be, that person's not gonna suck. And I'm gonna appreciate that person, whatever. Because a lot of these toxic jokes about just like perpetuating the toxic cycle of letting these toxic men into your lives is like, it's funny up until it's not.
Yeah, like, it's okay to have a laugh at those jokes, but just know, not all men.
I was trying so hard not to say that.
I mean, okay, the words are true. The way the words are often used online.
Not true.
Yeah.
No, but like in the context of like, I don't want to say not all men, because that's like, it's not like, that type of wording is just so polarizing. But what I want to say is that like, there's somebody out there for you, whether man or not, really, like who knows, but there's somebody who's going to be so loving and doting, and like someone who's going to be obsessed with you in like the most healthy way possible. Like, there's somebody out there that's gonna be like that for you. And that doesn't mean that you're not gonna get through a bunch of frogs before you get to that guy or girl or whoever it is you choose to be with, because it's 2020 and who the fuck cares, at that point, like, it's just, there's gonna be somebody there for you. And I think that for me, from my own experience, is that if you keep perpetuating the idea that you deserve, or not even this like you deserve, it's just like that garbage men are what you're gonna come across. And that's what I feel like those memes are basically saying. It's like, oh yeah, another like garbage man, in my life.
Yeah.
I think it was when I shifted my attitude away from that, because remember, I was attracting all these just super toxic men in my life. Like, once I shifted my attitude away from that, and I was just like, nah, I deserve to be loved and cherished and respected. And I deserve the person that I really want in my life. And I wrote it down, and I let it go into the universe. And that's, I don't know, manifestation. But we'll talk about that more in detail.
In detail. But just to close off this episode, once again, Kat, congratulations on finishing grad school and being a master's degree holder. You are truly a master. And for all of our listeners out, thank you so much for listening to this episode. We will be back with another awesome episode next week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at the Cat and Vito Show and check out our other podcasts. How's that working for you?
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.
Drink Something, Say Something is the podcast for those of you who are tired of other beer podcasts. Tired of the jargon, tired of all the rigmarole. We're going to bring on brewers, bartenders, and everything in between to talk about anything and everything from beer to the rest of the universe. Come crack one open with us every other Thursday.